Hello everyone. Today at Icy Tales, we are in conversation with Dr. Pallavi, who, as her name suggests, is a doctor, a nutrition enthusiast, and a yoga enthusiast. So I am very excited to have you on board, ma'am. How are you? How was your day?
Thank you very much. And it's my great honor and pleasure to be here talking to you today. And I had an excellent day. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, ma'am. I think we should get started because I'm really excited to see how this goes. So, can we get started?
Absolutely.
Yeah, sure. So, my first question is why exactly did you choose to specialize in nutritional counseling?
Okay, so the answer to this is basically I'm a doctor and I'm a senior radiologist. So I did my MBBS and MD in radiology, but I also started working in not exactly, I would call it as nutritional counseling, but more of lifestyle medicine. And what do we understand by lifestyle medicine is that this is the medicine that we are trying to now propagate, to now take care of, because this has a systematized approach towards chronic lifestyle diseases, also called as NCD. Those are the non-communicable diseases. And the major lifestyle diseases seen in India are cardiovascular health, stroke, that is when there's a bleed and there's an infarct in the brain, and of course diabetes and hypertension. And now PCOD and infertility is also joining in one of the lifestyle diseases. And the pillars of lifestyle medicine is not only nutritional counseling. Of course, nutritional counseling makes one of the pillar of lifestyle medicine, but the other
Ma'am, you got muted.
talking about sleep, physical activity, and just sharing a general feeling of well-being and positivity.
Okay.
And now that you asked, why did I choose to also do this along with my own specialization of radiology? So this is, I'm going to read through the notes I have made, that according to ICMR, India's state-level disease burden study, deaths due to NCD, like all these lifestyle diseases, have increased from 37% in 1990 to 61.8% in 2016. This is just the data to 2016. Another important study, recent study, showed that 2/3 of the individuals who are suffering from of the non-communicable diseases are in their productive age from 25 to 50. And we've been seeing there's a spate of deaths in the most productive ages. The recent death of our beloved singer KK has just shown that at what a productive age people are dropping down dead because of these issues. Diabetes has been shown to be the most overpowering NCD, and cases of diabetes are now at 35 to 40% in the urban population. And deaths due to NCD have grown up to almost 55% in the urban population. And cases of stroke, that is the brain infarct, have gone up to almost 4 times. So that is how the problem is occurring. And so that is the reason why I decided, because of my own passion of health and nutrition, decided to study more, research more, and also parallelly move into something like lifestyle medicine.
Those statistics were really very huge. I was shocked
Yes,
to hear.
that is the reason I wanted to take out some time and really put in the stats, because that's the only way we can make it more impactful and people will understand. 55% in our urban population. It's not a joke.
Yes, right.
Just diabetes, hypertension, heart attack, and that too at such a young, productive age. People dropping down dead at the ages of 40 or 50. That's scary, to another level.
I completely agree with you on that, ma'am. And knowing that, you are a yoga enthusiast, as I stated, can you tell us what is the importance of yoga and meditation in today's world?
Right. So now what happens whenever we do any exercise, our sympathetic nervous system gets activated, our heart rate goes up, sweating goes up, we start breathing heavily. And nowadays in the world where we are already bombarded with constant stress, we need something to slow us down, to make the breathing slower, to make the heart rate slower. And this is where yoga is not a workout, it's not an exercise. It's a practice. It's a practice which has been going on from, actually all the ancient Indian the practices. It's not about religion. This is about what was actually there in the ancient Indian culture, where they used to show that you can actually sit in dhyan for quite a number of hours. And that this is because of activation of the parasympathetic nervous system. Because what happens is that your heart rate slows down, your breathing slows down, cortisol, which is the stress hormone, the cortisol goes down, and that's something which is very important in the stressful life of today. Also, yoga promotes flexibility. It promotes a lot of strength. All the yoga asanas, they definitely promote muscle building, and they promote focus. Because when you are doing the balancing workouts on yoga, you need that dhyan, you need that energy, you need that focus to. And the moment your focus goes off, the moment you are in a posture and you are actually meditating towards the central point, and now suddenly your focus goes off to something which happened in your work, something which happened in your house, and immediately your balance will go off. So it brings your brain also into focus. So that is why I lay a lot of emphasis on yoga. And of course, I promote the fact that please do your yoga outside, do it on grass, do it with connection with nature, because now uh, the connection with grass and the fact that we need to connect with mud and grass is also coming in a big way. This is called something as grounding or earthing, wherein there is an actual interconnection of the electrons in the earth to the into our body. So that's what is called earthing, right? All our electrical gadgets need to be earthed. That exactly is what happens with the human body. So if you do practice yoga, not on even on the yoga mat, just on the grass with that kind of energy, it just brings about a lot of uh, good hormones, good energy, good vibes inside your body.
Yes, ma'am. I completely believe that yoga does leave a positive impact on people's lives, and I'm grateful that you're doing this. So, great job on that. And also, when I was researching about you, I noticed that you have your own venture called Mind and Body Wellness
Yeah,
Center. So, can you talk to us about
absolutely.
it and what exactly do you do in that?
Yeah, so in mind and body wellness, I'm just trying to promote what I just talked to you about is lifestyle medicine, where am I trying to bring about the trying to sort of spread the awareness of that, the fact that mind and body are not two different things. The mind is completely connected to the body and vice versa. So it's just my endeavor to reach out to the masses, to the general public, even to doctors, to everybody around me, to spread the knowledge of nutrition, to spread how food is connected to your body, food is connected to your mind, and to basically empower people with the correct tools. The people should know what is going on, and to encourage people to live a life which is free of medicine, which is free of all these chemicals, toxins, and to live a productive life.
Right.
It's just my endeavor to, of course, it's a part of my business as well, but predominantly by connecting with people like you, it's an endeavor to give back to the society.
Very nice to see you're very giving nature. So great job on that. And also, ma'am, since intermittent fasting is now very, trending in today's society, people want to lose weight and so many other things happen. So as a knowledgeable person, what would you like to tell us about intermittent fasting?
Right. So intermittent fasting is a very, very, favorite topic of mine. The interesting thing, let me tell you a small and very interesting thing about it, that it's now we imbibe things from the Western culture and we give it fancy names like yoga became yoga. And now ghee is because the Western culture said ghee is excellent. We all started having ghee as well. And intermittent fasting was something which was actually again followed in ancient Indian culture a lot. And all religions propagate fasting methodologies because fasting cleanses our body of most of the free radicals, of the toxins, of the whatever has been accumulated in our body. So that's one unscientific kind of a reason. Now, when you talk about science, so I'm a doctor, I will want to talk about the scientific reason behind intermittent fasting. And that is that whenever we eat something, the insulin spikes, right? So the food gets digested, it gets converted into glucose, that's the sugar molecules. And in order to digest those glucose molecules, the insulin spikes. Insulin is a hormone which the pancreas secretes. And insulin is what is basically linked to diabetes and other lifestyle diseases. Now, when we just keep eating, little food snacks too early, just don't give the body rest at all, the insulin keeps going up and coming down. So insulin keeps spiking, and every time the insulin spikes, the pancreas gets stressed. And if our cells are already too full of energy because we lead a sedentary life, then we never get the body the time to rest. We never let the blood sugar to settle down at a basal level. We never let the insulin settle down at a basal level. Also, insulin is a hormone which leads to storage of fat. So if you are leading a sedentary life and your insulin is spiking, most of the food will get converted to fat. So what happens when we do intermittent fasting? We try to stay fasted for whatever periods comfortable to you, something like from 12 hours to 14 hours to 16 hours to 18 hours, whatever is comfortable. In women, I generally recommend about fasting or of about 18 to 20, not more than 18 hours. For women, 18 is comfortable. For men, sometimes they do, they can go up to 20, 24 hours. That's perfectly fine. Do whatever is comfortable to you and start at a very low level. Usually what I always recommend, that breakfast means breaking the fast. So it's really not necessary to wake up right in the morning and start eating. Practice intermittent fasting, give your digestive system, give your insulin, all of these hormones a break. And also remember that when you break your fast, that is very, very important. Please break it with a protein-rich diet so that your suddenly, if you start eating carbohydrates after a long fast, your insulin will suddenly spike, your blood sugar will suddenly spike, and it will not be very productive for your body. So that is where, and all the myths based on intermittent fasting are actually, I always recommend practice intermittent fasting by a hand-holding methodology. Please go to somebody who really knows about it, who can help you, because yes, in the beginning, it's quite tough. You may have salt deficiency, you may have headache, you may have low BP, especially if you're on BP or diabetes medication. So just don't start, doing it all by yourself. Please definitely take some hand-holding.
I think it was very much informative because I personally know so many people who are doing intermittent fasting. So if they are listening to this, they will definitely have a lot to learn from. So thank you so much.
Yes, because that's the problem. Lot of people.
No
So the problem with intermittent fasting is that people, you have to understand that it's not a hypocaloric diet. Do not confuse intermittent fasting with the fact that you have to drop the calories, or maybe you need to eat at least 800, 1800 calories and you end up eating, 1200 calories. It's not a diet. I keep emphasizing about the fact that it's not a diet. It's a lifestyle. Lifestyle, like people like me, I've been following it for years with no problem at all. So it's a lifestyle that you need to, change. There's just no word in my dictionary as a diet.
Very nice to hear your thoughts, ma'am. With that being said, I think we'll move on to the next question. Talk to us about the protein deficiency that our generation is currently going through.
Absolutely. I think the protein deficiency is the new pandemic, because Indians have been found to be majorly deficient in protein. Because of religious and spiritual sentiments, people are turning towards vegetarianism. And even though I do not have anything to, about the fact that whether you are a vegetarian or you are a non-vegetarian, but remember, at least 1.2 gram per kilogram, 1 to 1.2 gram per kilogram protein is needed by every person. And this the children and the elderly who need it the most. And now you'll ask me why. So basically, protein are broken down into amino acids, and amino acids are the basic building blocks of everything of our body, from our hair to our nails to our skin to our organs to our brain, our nerve cells. Everything is made of good quality protein. And when we become protein deficient, again the problem of multiple problems set in. Number one, multiple problems like, from chronic fatigue syndrome to, fatty liver, to diabetes, to obesity, to general fatigue, to loss of hair, to loss of nails, to skin becoming dark circles under your eyes, and all of those things. So, and also the problem is, if you eat a protein deficient meal, you are never satiated. So your satiety level never reaches. You eat a good meal of, with some eggs and a little bit of paneer and all those things thrown in, you will not feel hungry till about 4 or 5 hours. And you eat a meal which doesn't have good quality protein in it, immediately within a couple of hours, you start feeling hungry. So that's what is happening in India. We are having a breakfast which is pretty much high in carbohydrates and high in sugar. And we go to the office, then we have one sugary sweet tea. Then again we have a slump at around 12 or 1 o'clock. Then we have lunch. Then we have another slump at 4 o'clock. Then we come home, we have snacks. So look at the amount of food we are eating, which is primarily carbohydrate. Also remember that people might say anything, but the truth is that the plant-based protein, like lentils, legumes, and all of these, do not have a complete profile of the amino acids needed, and the proper bioavailability or the absorption of the protein is missing. So please remember that if you are a vegetarian, please have your good quality ghee, the good A2 ghee cow ghee that is really good for health, or just take out pure ghee from.
Ma'am, you got muted again.
That. And take good quality paneer, take curd, take milk, these are good sources of protein. And if you're a non-vegetarian, even to vegetarians, I definitely urge, please take eggs at least. And if you're a non-vegetarian, you can then have your good quality non-vegetarian, get it from a good place. It should be organic. And
Ma'am, you got muted again. Yeah, no problem. That was really some food for thought. So thank you so much for saying that. Moving on to my next question. You aim building a medicine-free and a hospital-free holistic lifestyle. So what is to do this, and just talk to us about it?
Yeah. So there were the three factors. There were three important factors which led me to do something like this, where I wanted to build a medicine-free society. Number one, as a radiologist, I was doing a lot of reporting cardiac CTs, and cardiac CTs are something where we do a CT scan of the heart so that we can see the coronary artery and see about the coronary artery disease. So I started seeing that the problem in the heart were happening at younger age groups. Something which used to be seen at 60 started happening at 50, then started even happening at 40, even 35. So that made me a little alarmed as to what is going on. The second thing, then again, as a radiologist, I was doing a lot of MRI reportings, and I started seeing brain atrophy in younger age groups. Brain atrophy, which we were reporting in age groups of 70, it started happening at the ages of 60, at the ages of 50, even at the ages of 40. So, it just alarmed me as to there's something going wrong, which we were doing right initially, and then over the period of 20, 25, 30 years, things are really going wrong. And what exactly is happening? And the third most important thing is that at the age of around 40, 42, when I was just practicing radiology, in spite of being a doctor, I was myself hit by a lot of health issues. And I became a pre-diabetic, I became a pre-hypertensive, I gained weight, all sorts of issues happened, thyroid issues. And most of my doctor fraternity told me that I'll have to live a life with medicines most of my life. Wherein I realized that there's something going on. And that's when all my passion for nutrition and fitness started, where I started reading, researching, talking to other lifestyle doctors, other functional medicine practitioners, yoga practitioners, to discover what's going wrong. And this led me to, moving along this path. And also that I wanted to build a positive stereotype, not only for my two daughters, but for most of the women of this country, because women, I have seen, definitely suffer very poor health issues because they have this stereotype of compromise and all sacrifice and all of those things built in. Right. So this is what I wanted, that let's show my children, the rest of the girls, the women out there, that if you practice nutrition and you practice lifestyle exercise correctly, the two major pillars, and stress and sleep management, then there is just no reason why you can't have a healthy and productive life. So that's why my end of
I really like how, you have a forward thinking approach and you keep everyone in mind before doing what you want. So that's something I'm really admiring.
Absolutely, because Indian women suppose it's amazing to see the kind of health issues which Indian women above the ages of 40 are. It's literally like that, that Hindi kahawa, that ek pair kabar mein. It's literally like that because they have spent, and I'm not talking about the lower middle class. I'm talking actually about even the upper class, because they have been built in the manner wherein their health, their needs, their problems should come at the last. And suddenly at the ages of 40, 45, they land up into major health issues. So I'm trying to basically reach out to them and just, I'm lucky enough to find platform like yours where I can spread health awareness information.
And I hope that you have more to come your way and you can help more people.
Absolutely. I'm sure. I'm sure.
Coming on to my last question for the day, I think it should be about yourself. So talk to us about what is your motto in life and what would you want to do in future to help people?
Absolutely. So my motto in life is use food and fitness as medicine. So that, and I firmly believe in it. And say no to medicine, say no to hospitals. One another very favorite word of mine is health span. So medicines and hospitals, what has it done? It has really improved our lifespan. So we hear people living up till 90, 95. Excellent, excellent. But are we really talking about the health span? Are we really seeing in that whole lifespan what were the number of years when they were truly healthy? And when I say healthy, means that they are waking up in the morning with positivity, with productivity, with a zeal to live their life? Or are they just waking up thinking, okay, in the morning I have to have my thyroid medicine, now I have to have my diabetes medicine, oh no, now I will have this back pain, now my knees are paining? Then that life is not a healthy life.
Yes.
And in the end, what are we contributing to our nation? Are we being productive, or are we just adding to the disease burden of the nation? So my motto definitely is say no to medicine, build a life which is free from medicine, use food and fitness as medicine. And of course, stay happy, smile, spread positivity, spread smiles. I am rarely seen where I live in my society without a smile. And I definitely tend not to grumble, not to whine. I do try to, I have my days when I have those negative thoughts in my mind, but I believe a lot. I'm not deeply religious, I'm not a religious person, I'm a deeply spiritual person. So I just wake up every day with deep gratitude. It's great to be alive, it's good to see a new day, and I believe in the power of the sun. So it's lovely to just go out in the morning, see the sun, see the grass, and just be happy. So I see so many people coming to the gyms looking so sad, and I'm always said, if you're so sad, then don't come. If you're coming to a gym to do yoga, to walk, be happy.
Yes.
So I think the key is just gratitude and happiness. That is something which I practice, and I do advise everybody to practice. Don't need to, just sit in a temple with your hands folded. You can just feel the gratitude. So
When you said that,
that's my motto.
yes, ma'am. When you said that, we have to keep smiling, that immediately got a smile on my face because you are just like transparent. So I think it was the perfect.
I just smile is something that this is something which I have actually trained myself. Is that in the morning, the moment I wake up, I actually look at myself in the mirror and I smile. That one smile just makes me feel happy, and then later on I try to keep smiling the most of the day.
That's very good because smiling is indeed very contagious. I did smile, right? So I
Absolutely.
know. I think
That's so nice.
this was a perfect end to this interview because we are on a note where we are happy, we're smiling, and I think there would be no better to this. So thank you so much, ma'am, for giving us your time.
Thank you. It was my pleasure. Absolutely.
Before we end, can I just take a screenshot of this conversation?
Absolutely. Please, and do send it across to me as well.
Yes, ma'am, I will. Just give me 1 minute. The laptop tends to just glitch. One moment, ma'am. I don't know. It's just not working right now.
Sure, I'll take the screenshot. Don't worry. Yeah, just 1 second more. Yeah, I think it came well. I'll send it across to you. Don't worry.
Ma'am, thank you.
So thank you very much for having me on the show, and it was entirely my pleasure.
I had a great time
just keep
doing
smiling.
So yeah, do take care.
I had a great time as well. Do take care. You too. Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.